I'm Principal Haggerty. Welcome to J.O. Wilson, the home of the epic cheerleading champions and the Cardinals. We are very excited about today's announcement, and we are really honored to welcome our VIPs here today. Mayor Muriel Bowser, Deputy Mayor Jenny Niles, Chancellor Kaya Henderson, and State Superintendent Hanseul Kang. I'm not going to say anything more because Ms. Paris Barnes is going to come up and introduce our mayor. Paris is our student body president.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Paris Barnes. I am in the 4th grade and I am J.O. Wilson's student president. I am honored to introduce to you our mayor, Ms. Bowser. We are so excited to have you visit our school. Welcome to the wonderful J.O. Wilson.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm really excited to be here in the beautiful J.O. Wilson School. Let's hear it for your school, guys. Principal Haggerty, I want to thank you for hosting us. To all the staff and teachers here at J.O. Wilson, I am so lucky because I get to go all over to all the schools all over the city. And I have to tell you, I hear really great things about your school. So you're really lucky to go here. I know that you're working very hard so that you can focus on learning and growing up to fulfill all the promise that we have for you, right? And I want to tell you that your president, she kind of grilled me for the last 10 minutes, right, Paris? But in a good way. And I know you got a chance to talk to Chancellor Henderson and Deputy Mayor Niles about everything that's going on here at J.O. Wilson, but also, you know, what 4th graders are thinking about and what 4th graders want. And I really also love that Paris challenged us to say that she thinks 4th graders should be thinking about some different stuff too. And we're going to work on your idea about exposing some 4th graders, not just at J.O. Wilson, but around the city. And so let's see what we can do with it. We're going to work on it. And I also challenge Paris to let us know and Chancellor Henderson know about other things. She has some ideas about recess, about food, about the garden, and those are good ways. That's what it means to be the student body president, to represent what everybody is thinking about here. So I wanted to thank you again because you did a stand-up job for your school. Give her a big round of applause. And I know that we have our state board members here. Jack Jacobson, give him a big round of applause, who chairs the board. And Joe Whedon is here. Give him a big round of applause, who is our Ward 6 representative. And I'm so glad that you guys are here to talk about something with our public education team that's super important. I went all over the city talking about ways we can improve our schools. And people are literally not only talking about what we're doing in D.C. all over this country, but in fact, they're talking about us around the world. The Chancellor, where were you, Chancellor? In New Zealand, talking about the successes that we've had in D.C. public schools. So while we can celebrate increases to our graduation rate, we also want to celebrate what is our task now, and that's to raise expectations across the board for what we can do. So yes, we want and we have achieved having more students in our public schools. Yay! And yes, we have improved our graduation rates when nobody thought we could. Yay! And now even more, we're very focused on what that diploma means and making sure that it means that you will be ready for college and career and that you're going to excel and that you're going to finish and that you're going to come back to a DC or stay in a DC that's just right here waiting for you. And part of that is making sure that we leverage all of our public school investments and we make real strong, strategic, and effective. I stress that word, partnerships. And that's why the community schools model is so important. So I want to acknowledge Ellen London. It's good to see you, who's the Executive Director of Communities and Schools of the nation's capital, who is representing what we're talking about. With your help, we know this, that DC has become the fastest improving school system in the country. And you know that me as mayor and this entire administration, Chancellor Henderson and Deputy Mayor Niles and Hanseul Kang, who's our state superintendent, is also focused, along with all of our charter school leaders, at making sure we build on that success. We're making significant investments to give our young people pathways to the middle class, and we know that all starts with a great education. So through many initiatives like our summer youth program and expanding Kids Ride Free, we're making that investment. And we also awarded $1 million across 6 schools to promote programs that integrate academic, physical, mental health, and social services. And today, I am pleased to announce that we are announcing 2 additional community schools grants, one for $175,000 to J.O. Wilson. And one for $175,000 to the Latin American Youth Center for the Cardozo Community School. And want to acknowledge those. So with additional resources, I had the list of all of our community schools, but I'll make sure I reference those as well. But these additional resources will provide wraparound services to students, families, and community centers to better equip these schools to remove barriers to help our young people grow. And so with that, I want to first ask the State Superintendent Hanseul Kang to come up and talk about community schools, and followed by Chancellor Henderson, and then we'll take a few questions. Hanseul.
Thank you so much to Mayor Bowser for your commitment to community schools and the idea of bringing wraparound services to support the academic achievement and the overall well-being of our students. We're so excited to congratulate Principal Haggerty and Communities and Schools for the site here at J.O. Wilson. And I also want to recognize again Lori Kaplan for the Latin American Youth Center and the partnership at Cardozo. So another round of applause for them. We're excited that the community school model allows us to bring additional services to not only our students within schools, but also the surrounding community and their families. And we are deeply excited about learning from the programs at work, the 6 existing schools and these 2 new programs, to ensure that we continue to learn how to best support the full needs of our students. I also just want to take a moment to recognize my Aussie staff who's here, who have worked so hard to ensure that we could award these grants as quickly as possible so that schools could get to work in applying the funds and supporting their students and their families. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Chancellor?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited to be at J.O. Wilson. In fact, I'll be back at J.O. Wilson later on, Ms. Haggerty, for the PTA meeting. J.O. Wilson has a very special place in my heart. And it's a school that is a great example of the progress that we're making in DC public schools. Everything from their increases in proficiency to a real focus on achievement for young men of color that they are knocking out of the park. If you look at where their kindergartners and their first graders are coming out in terms of reading readiness, like, you would just be thrilled. And they just saw an 8% increase in enrollment this year, which means that families are recognizing that something good is happening at J.O. Wilson, and they want their young people to get the high caliber education that these young people are getting. So thank you for hosting us. Thank you, J.O. Wilson community, for being such an example of DC public schools. I always say we are DCPS and we can do this, but we can't do it by ourselves. And we are able to pick up on the momentum because we have great partners who work with us. Partners like Lori at the Latin American Youth Center, partners like Ellen at Communities and Schools, and they work with us. School is the place where all of the issues in the city converge, right? Because this happens to be where kids are. And so in addition to education, we also have to take care of health and wellness and nutrition and the environment and all kinds of things. And that's a tall order for just schools by themselves. And so I'm really pleased that we have these amazing partners who help us provide a world-class experience for all of our children. And I'm pleased that our government has not only put political will behind it, but put resources behind it so that we can continue to do this. The models that you're seeing that are funded are models that, when they work well, we can scale and pilot across numerous schools. And so I want to thank you all for being in partnership with us. I want to thank you for being innovators and challenging the status quo and pushing us all to do better by our young people. And I hope that we can continue this kind of collaboration, continue the kind of financial support and political support that it's going to take to ensure that we continue to work together to provide what's best for our young people. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'll turn it back over to.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
And Hanseul, you come back up. And Jenny, feel free to pitch in. We'll take a few questions. Yes.
Hi, could you talk a little bit about the specific partnership with J.O. Wilson? Like, who's the grant going to fund,
Sure.
and what was the need that it's hoping that it's going to fill, and
Sure.
Ellen?
Yeah, hi, I'm Ellen London, and I'm the Executive Director of Communities and Schools of the nation's capital. And the grant is coming to us to provide a few things: a full-time, highly trained site coordinator in the school who will work with Principal Haggerty and her staff and with Paris to identify some of the priorities, some of the ways we can plug in resources and partnerships and volunteers. We can do tutoring and mentoring programs if that's what's needed. We can look at career exploration programs. We can partner with some other CBOs and do small group discussions to help kids with things like bullying or conflict resolution, some socio-emotional pieces like that. And we can bring in partners to help with basic needs, to make sure that the uniforms are getting to the kids that need them, to do, emergency groceries, just health and dental screenings, all those pieces. We bring partners into the school to help meet those needs.
Can I just add, one of the reasons that that's really important is because the principalship is a job where there are 750 things coming at you, right? You have to attend to the instructional program at a school, you have to manage staff, and you have to manage all of these partnerships. I think the beauty of the Communities and Schools model is, effectively, they put in kind of a partnerships coordinator who works on your behalf to work with the principal to identify the needs of the school, as Ellen said, but then they are the person who is actually following up with the partners and making sure that we're bringing the right partners in and that the right partners are servicing the right kids, so that Principal Haggerty is free to continue to really pound hard on instruction, because she has somebody who is the air traffic controller for the partners who are helping to support the work that she's doing here. Lori, do you want to come up and say a quick word about what the partnership looks like at Cardozo?
Sure, thank you. It's so good to see you. Thank you. So I think it's very similar, but a bit different because it's older students, but to what Ellen articulated regarding the role of communities and schools. But at Cardozo, we'll be particularly focused on those young people who have many things going on in their lives. It could be mental health issues, or they could be falling behind, or truancy, or we want to lift them up. We want to be there to wrap around them and support them with everything that the youth center can bring to bear, but also additional partners as well. And this is a national model, and the mayor brought it to DC, and we're just so honored. And I think that in each school, it looks a little bit different, but the youth center has a long history inside of Cardozo, so this just brings more resources to bear so that we can wrap around the young people who need us the most, so that they can graduate on time, keep bringing those statistics up, and be on a career and educational successful pathway. So that's what we'll be doing. Thank you.
Okay, let me also thank Councilmember Charles Allen, and I know his chief of staff is here, and we want to thank him for his support of J.O. Wilson and all the great things that we're doing for schools and all the great things that we are working with him on for Ward 6. So with that, if there aren't any other questions, we will adjourn. Oh, we have oh, yes, young man. What's your name, dear?
Oh. Are you part of the legislative branch, the executive branch, or the judicial branch?
What a great.
Well, that is a fantastic question. So I am the leader of the executive branch. So I'm the mayor of the District of Columbia. I am elected, right, like other members of the government, from all of the voters in all of DC. And my job is to execute the law. So everything that the legislative branch does, I execute. And part of my big job is to make sure that schools have what they need. Yes, sir.
What is a ward?
What is a ward? Excellent question. So you know our city, Washington, D.C., right? It is separated geographically. So the space, the actual streets are separated. They're divided almost equally 8 ways. 8 different subdivisions, different streets that make up those subdivisions. And our subdivisions are called wards. So this is where we are. All the streets around here for a little ways are called wards. And about 80,000 people live on those streets that make up Ward 6. About 80,000. That's a lot. Yes. Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
Dave.
Okay. What's your question?
Do you work with the president?
I sometimes work with the president, like from a distance. So the president, you know how we have wards and we have 8 of them? Well, he has states and he has 51 of them, only he thinks he has 50. Okay? So we are one of the subdivisions in the United States of America. So he has a lot of subdivisions to work with. But we get to work with him because we're close, right? He lives right in the White House, which is right down the street. So when, for example, the Chinese president came to visit and the Pope came to visit, they first stopped at the White House. And President Obama invited me to go to the White House to greet them and represent all of you. So that was the last time I got to work with the president. Yes, sir. What's your name?
Tiger.
Tyler? Tiger? I know a tiger. You know Tiger Woods? Okay. What's your question, Tiger?
My question is, if you collaborate with the president, don't you sometimes make laws?
Well, yes. So the way the mayor can get laws made is to write a bill, and you know the chancellor can tell you all about this. It's an inside joke. She can write a bill or the law, and then I ask the council to consider it. So the legislative branch, remember Messino asked me about which branch? I send a memo like this to the legislative branch, and I say, I would like this to become the law. And then they consider it and take a vote. So we send many laws down to the council. We have a lot of laws down there that they're considering to help us make life better in the district in Washington, D.C. Let me give somebody else a chance. Yes, sir. What's your name?
My name is Jakob.
Hi, Jakob.
And I want to know something about the lunches, and I want to know something about the lunches.
Okay, let me get the chancellor.
I'm here. Yes, Jakob, what you got?
I want to know about the lunches, and especially for the people that when they go home for the weekends, that they don't have as much lunches, like they don't have that much food. Yeah, for the people who have food insecurity when they go home.
Okay. So first of all, thank you for being a great citizen and not just caring about you, but for caring about your community. We are concerned about young people who don't have as much food to eat at home as well. That's one of the reasons why we have breakfast here every morning. And Paris was telling us earlier that a lot of kids take advantage of the breakfast program. We also have supper sometimes at some of our schools so that we make sure that kids get to eat something in the evening before they go. At a number of our schools, we have cool partnerships with places like Martha's Table, and they do pop-up markets on the weekends where they have food and families can actually come and get food so that they can take home with them. Or we have partnerships with cool people like the Washington Wizards, and at Thanksgiving, they come and do baskets and bags so that we send home food for our young people. Now, the question that Jakob didn't ask, that I'm just going to answer anyway, because we were talking about it earlier, is we know that we have a real commitment to ensuring that you all eat healthy food, but healthy food doesn't always taste so good, right? And so one of the struggles that we're having is we're trying to figure out how we make healthy food taste really good and make you all want to like love it, eat it all day, every day. Paris was telling us, was chicken today? Yeah. And how was it? I heard that. I heard that the chicken was really good today. It has not always been the case, and I'm working to make sure that every single day you have a lunch and a dinner and whatnot that you love. How's that? All right.
I'm gonna tell. We're making a means out here in Messina. We're making a group for the people who are food security, like even outside the school. So we can take like baskets of lunch or something, or little baskets to provide them to the people who do not have.
Things that you all are collecting from the J.O. Wilson community?
We collect them, and we also collect the breakfast. The stuff that people throw away in the trash. And we send it with the people that don't have as much food when they go home.
Well, thank you. That's leadership. Thank you, all three of you.
We'll make sure that our site coordinator connects with you and see if we can help you out. It's a great plan.
All right, so 2 questions, one here, and then you'll have the final question.
As mayor, does your position have anything to do with the House of Representatives?
Yes, there is a government lesson. So you may know this, that in Washington, D.C., that we send our laws and our budget up to the Congress. And I talked to the House of Representatives to tell them that, you know, our legislators, our lawmakers, and me, we have already taken care of it. And they don't have to do a single thing with what we send up there. So that's what's important. What we're waiting to see now in the House of Representatives, you know, they have the head person in the House of Representatives is called the Speaker of the House. And we're going to get a new Speaker of the House. And so as soon as we know who that is, I will call on the new Speaker of the House to tell them about our priorities in Washington, D.C. Yes, sir.
And I have a question. It was something about the food usually when we have aftercare. Because usually we don't like it.
You don't like it? Okay, the Chancellor is really focused on it. And we heard from Paris about it. And let's see if we can, after everybody's had a talk, we're going to give a report back to the what?
Do you work for the Senate?
No, I work for you. I work for you. I work for the residents of the District of Columbia. Okay, Tiger, you're going to get the very, very last one.
Okay. Since they already talked about the food, when we're in school, like the priorities about the math and reading, how long is the maximum amount of minutes or hours?
How long should you be doing math and reading? Okay. I would like for you to do it as long as humanly possible. It's important.
But not just math and reading. Not just, I had to step into my chancellor's shoes on this one. Not just math and reading, but science and social studies and art and music and PE and at home, right? This is a first in math school. This is a Mayon school, right? Like you got to be doing all of this stuff all of the time, right? Because if you're going to be the smartest kids who get a world-class education here, then you got to work for it, right? If you're doing this much, then you're going to produce this much. If you're studying this much, whew, look out, world. Thank you, Tiger.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. We have a lot of different ones here. Oh, my goodness.